One of the key benefits to bringing a group of people together like there is tonight is communication. And I think that is of huge value, and that's why you're all here. So we are all constantly adapting to change, like Jim alluded to. When I started at FortisBC, it was actually BC Gas. We then went to Terasen, who was bought by Kinder Morgan, and now we're owned by Fortis Inc. The other piece that I found very interesting from Jim's presentation was how we're constantly changing to our customers' needs. When I started at BC Gas, we were a gas company. We now are a gas electric company, and we're actually an alternate energy company. We are into CNG, LNG, biogas, and geothermal projects now. So we are constantly expanding. I'm not sure if you're aware of Fortis Inc., but we're the largest investor-owned distribution utility in Canada. We serve 2.1 million customers, both gas and electric. We go from Newfoundland Power to FortisBC, and we're traded on the stock exchange. The two local companies in BC are Fortis Energy Inc. and FortisBC. Fortis Inc. is the electrical arm, and they're an integrated, regulated electrical utility in the southern interior, servicing about 164,000 direct and indirect customers. FortisBC Energy Inc., which I'm the Procurement Manager for, is a regulated natural gas utility serving about 920,000 customers. I took a different perspective to this presentation, as Jim said, that we don't have any large projects in the area. We've always been part of the community. I don't know, but I think many of you know Pat Flack. He's a great advocate for FortisBC. So FortisBC is a private opportunity. We don't post on BC Bid, so I highly encourage you to go to a portal like Invest Northwest, because we will go there to look for opportunities to work with our suppliers. What we look for when you come to FortisBC on a high level is a company overview. What service territory you have, any line cards of your approved products or the services that you can provide to FortisBC, some references, and obviously your contact information. I will give Initiatives BC and obviously Invest BC an email address we have that we can share with you for you to reach out to us. Some of the stuff that we find very difficult is people don't know how to respond to the different tools we use. So we have about 5 different sourcing tools. We have Request for Information, which is really just to determine the availability of goods and services in the area. There's no commitment to purchase or to establish an agreement. It's really the first stage to understand what capabilities are out there. The request for quotation is usually on our big material contracts. The terms and conditions are very defined, and the contract is usually awarded based mostly on price. The request for proposal is to use to solicit both goods and services, but for most part services. Vendors are to propose more than one solution, so this is our problem, how can you help us? The terms and conditions are usually negotiable, and the contract is awarded on price and many different evaluation criteria which are included in the documents. And lastly, we have the local order contract, which is managed locally, and our visas. So basically anything under $10,000, the local region can manage themselves and use those documents. So I'm sure you're all wondering what our evaluation criteria might be. So obviously safety is very important to FortisBC, so is the environment and your environmental records. Your financial capabilities, are you a one-man shop or do you have support behind you? The acceptance of our terms and conditions, obviously the total overall cost, because we have stakeholders and our ratepayers to account to. And then project-specific criteria, which include previous dealings with FortisBC, the ability to meet project deliverables, the detailed work plan, the ability to provide approved products, and obviously our overall risk exposure.
Excellent.
Yes.
Thank you very much.